All right, so we are still on 823.18, and we're going to do multiplying binomials part 2. So the last video we did something like x plus 6 times x plus 2. And so we had just a plain x, and we have addition, and we have addition. And so I'm going to make it more challenging now. So we're going to add in coefficients. So we're going to do an example that's like 4x plus 2. And then we're going to have a subtraction in there. So I'm going to have this be, I don't want that. I want this to be 8x minus 10. Oh boy, that's going to change stuff with a subtraction now. But you guys know that if it's subtraction, we don't have to have subtraction. I'm going to use a different color. But really, we can always add the opposite to make our lives easier. So we can add the opposite to make this easier for us. And so now let's go back to black and do this. All I care about right now is being able to do this. I don't care about anything else. I don't want area. I just care about I don't care about the perimeter. I just want the area. So I'm going to draw my rectangle and make it big just to help us, give us space. We have the room. And so I'm going to put on the top 4x plus 2, and then on the side 8x, and this is plus a negative 10. So I'm going to put plus negative 10. You always want these pluses there, and then make these negatives, the side like this is negative. That's going to be helpful. So now, just like before, I'm going to multiply this top by this side. So that's 4x times 8x. And 4 times 8 is 32, and x times x is x squared. And then I have, that's a 2x squared. And then I have now, this is 2 times 8x, so 8x times 2. And this 8 times 2 is 16, and that's x. And then now I have 4x times negative 10. You won't always have to write this in here on the top, but it helps for now. So that's going to be 4 times negative 10 is negative 40 with an x. And then I have this 2 and this negative 10. And so that's going to be just 2 times negative 10. And so that's negative 20. And I do the same thing like before. So I'm going to take this number and this and this. These are now like terms because they both have x's in them. So I'm going to add them together. And then I have this term. And so I'm going to go 32x squared. And I don't have room for that. I don't want that there. Erase. Try again. Let's go down to the bottom. So I have this 32x squared plus, this is 16x plus negative 40x. So I'm going to actually write it out, except that's an x there. So 16x plus negative 40x, and then this is minus 20. And I want to simplify those. So 16x plus negative 40, those are different signs. So I'm going to be thinking 40 minus 16. And that's a 3, that's a 10. So 4, 2. But there's more negatives. So this is going to come down to 32x squared plus, and 16 plus negative 40 is, actually I can make that even, I'll put it this way, negative, oh, I'm messing up all over the place. It's negative 24x and then minus 20. And so we can clean that up a little bit more like a mathematician would do and have 32x squared, not plus negative 24x, that's correct, but they're going to say minus 24x and then minus 20. So that is my product to this up here. And so again, there's another way to do this, but I'm not going to teach it to you now. So you're going to have lots of those. I'll do one more example with you that might be helpful, just so you get a better feel on it. So I'm going to add a new page. And so now I'm going to do 9x minus 5, there's a subtraction in there, and the coefficient, times 2x minus 3. Again, subtraction coefficient. So pause the video now. So pause and try this now. So try it on your own. See how you do. Remember, you're going to set this up like this. Give yourself space to write inside your boxes for now. You won't have to always, but try this and see how you do. So you should pause it. Now you should already have done it. Unpause. So now let's do this together. So I don't want this negative. I'm going to change my color to show you what I'm doing. I want to add the opposite, make my life easier. Add the opposite. So now I want to put this in there. And so I want black. And so I'm going to put in across the top 9x plus negative 5. It doesn't matter if you have this on the top or on the side. I just like to do it this way. First, when I go on the top, doesn't matter the order though. Multiplication doesn't matter the order. It just helps me this way. And so then I'm going to go 9x times 2x because that's my length and my width or height, or however you want to think about it. 9 times 2 is 18, and x times x is x squared. And then we have this minus 5 or negative 5 times this 2x. So 2x times negative 5 is negative 10x. I think we had that 5 on the last one too, huh? And then this is 9x times negative 3. And so 9 times negative 3 is negative 27x. And then negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. So now I want to take, I'm just going to use a different color. I want to take this and these combined together because they have this x's, they're like terms, and that to get my final answer. And so my final answer would be this. So 9x minus 5 times 2x minus 3 equals 18x squared, and negative 10x minus, or really plus negative 27x. These two together equals negative 37x. So that might help you to think that a little bit. That's going to be right here. So that's negative 37x, so minus 37x. And then I have this 15, so it's a positive, so plus 15. So that is what I get now. So hopefully that was enough to help you get through the next. So the next stuff you're going to work on is page 13. Numbers 1 through 9, and you'll get good at this. These numbers I'm going to highlight, and let's go in green. These numbers up here, this is just for organization to help you remember what you're multiplying. They don't have to be there all the time, but I'd like to see at least the first several that you do. Put them there so you know what you're doing. Okay, so right now next we're going to work on page 13, numbers 1 through 9. I want to see the work just like how I have this in your composition book. So this is in comp book. All right, hope you're being good for the sub. Bye-bye.